to organize your speech. It's a 5 to 7 minute speech. And the title is, What is Considered Billable? David?
Good morning, Toastmasters and guests. Being the owner of a small business that's in the service industry, one of the questions that we are frequently asked is, what is considered billable? The term billable is thought to have originated in the legal profession and is still frequently used there. It is derived from the word bill, which is a statement or a list of items for which money is owed. Billable is considered to be an itemized list of charges or something you'd be expected to pay for. An individual goes out and signs a contract with an attorney for services, and that attorney spends time and effort on resolving that issue. That time is considered billable hours, and that is how the lawyer is compensated for his work. Abraham Lincoln said, a lawyer's time and advice is his stock and trade. This is also true for doctors, accountants, mechanics, computer consultants, and many other professionals. At Kelcon Technologies, we are a service provider. As such, our time is extremely valuable to us and our clients. In fact, over the years, we have invested thousands of dollars on making sure we spend our time effectively for you, the customer. What is billable? That question is the poster child for a gray area definition. There is no formal or simple definition for most professions. At Kelcon Technologies, some of the items that we consider billable are reading logs of files to find out what's wrong with the computer, waiting on a computer to restart, doing searches on Google, trying to find other people that have common problems, travel time to the client's office or to the work site, training staff after the work has been done. We may upgrade a computer with the newest version of Office, and we've got to show people how to find things in the new version. Redoing work that the client has asked us to do. For example, we may post a new page on a website. They decide, no, that's not what we wanted. Let's go back to the original. We still bill for all that time. I've had a technician ask me, that was such a simple fix. Should I bill for that? The answer is, would you have done that work if the problem did not exist? Last week, a friend of mine had to call out, during all the heat, she had to call out an air conditioning repairman to take a look at her air conditioner that wouldn't come on. The service technician drove all the way to her house up in North Kansas City, went downstairs, turned the screw, flipped the switch, came back upstairs, and everything was working fine. She was complaining to me, why did I have to spend $90 for him to go down there and just turn the screw? I explained to her that she was not paying him to go down there and turn that screw. What she was paying for him for was knowing which screw to turn. So what is considered not billable? For us, nothing. Everything we do is considered billable. However, we may not charge you for everything we do. We do what are called $0 invoices. Some examples of what you might get an invoice for $0 is an initial consulting meeting where we come out and sit down with you to decide whether or not you're going to hire us as a client. Fixing our own mistakes. If we go out and mess something up and we got to spend another 2 hours fixing it, we're not going to bill you for those additional 2 hours. Training. If we go to a training class and learn something that may be beneficial across the board, we're not going to charge you for the time that we spend in that training. So how do we tell the difference? That is not a very easy question to answer. And we've come up with a guideline to help us in that. What we do is we ask ourselves a series of questions. First, is it truthful? Does it reflect, is it a true reflection of the amount of time it took to fix that problem? Is it fair? Is it fair to us? Is it fair to the client? Is it a true expectation of what they should have to pay? Is it beneficial to all concerned? Does it benefit us more than the client? Did we spend more time fixing a computer that's not worth the amount that was invested in it? And finally, does it build goodwill and friendship if we decide not to charge for that invoice? For those in the room that are Rotarians, that should sound very familiar. I've taken that from the Rotary's 4-way test of how you should think, act, and say. The last part of that is probably the most important. For example, if I go out to your office this morning and I'm going to clean up spyware on a computer that should only take me 2 hours to do it, but I get there and one of your salespeople comes in and starts talking to me about the NBA Finals game last night, and I don't finish until 11 o'clock. Would you bill for the 3 hours that I spent at the office, or for the 2 hours that it should normally have taken me to do that job? For us, what we consider billable is everything that we do. I want to give the customer a clear indication and a minute-by-minute account of everything that we've done. However, some of those items we're not going to charge you for. We want to build goodwill and friendship, and there's just sometimes that we decide it's not worth billing. Like in the example, I'm going to show on the invoice, I was there for 3 hours to account for my time, but I'm only going to charge you for the 2 hours that problem should have taken. And finally, if we ever have a question about whether we should bill for something or not, we go back to our 4 questions. Is it the truth? Is it fair? Does it build goodwill and friendship? And is it beneficial to all concerned? Thank you.